Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. Am I wrong for announcing my sister's pregnancy after finding out my boyfriend, now ex, is the father? Her sister got pregnant with her boyfriend. What? This is the biggest betrayal. It's not even the fact that the boyfriend cheated on her. It's the fact that her sister betrayed her. I was with my ex-boyfriend until a couple of weeks ago when I found out he got my sister pregnant. I heard them talking about it and my sister was freaking out over it because she knew I would be done with her if I found out and my ex didn't care. So I held it all in and waited until we were with our family and announced the news to everyone there. My boyfriend ran once he realized I was going to break up with him, and my sister freaked out and broke down and started begging me not to hate her and saying she made a mistake and she would abort the pregnancy and we could go back to the way we were. No, that's not what a mistake is. I made a mistake, so you have to forgive me. You have to earn your forgiveness. Jeez, some people, they don't think about the consequences before doing anything. She had been living with me since April because her and our parents were not getting along. We were supposed to be moving somewhere bigger in a few weeks, and I told her that was not happening anymore, and since that day I've been staying at my friend's place. Now she can't afford to live in the apartment without me, and I refuse to live with her again or have a relationship with her, and my parents won't let her move back in either. My ex is gone, and he's refusing to have anything to do with the mess he's equally responsible for, and so she's on her own. Oh my goodness, that ex is actually rubbish. So he did all this, and he's not going to take responsibility for anything. What made her fall for him? Seriously, what? She was trying to make amends, so we'd be back to normal, but I didn't even acknowledge her attempts. I'm not sure where she's staying, but one of our aunts told me I was disgusting to do that to someone as young as her, and I've ruined her life. Oh my goodness, always the aunts. Seriously. If you want to help, then you help. You can't do this. You have to let her live with you. You let her live with you. She cheated on you, had a baby with your ex-boyfriend, and you're not letting her live with you anymore? You're not treating her nice anymore? How dare you? What in the tarnation? I told my aunt to pick up the pieces and leave me alone because I don't care anymore. I said she had it coming when she started sleeping with my ex. My aunt said letting a guy come between us was nasty business, and she asked if I could live with myself if she ends up having the baby and they end up on the streets. I told her it's nothing to do with me. Honestly, why is the aunt coming at the sister instead of asking the parents to help? Like, what? I'm so confused. Like, the person who should be helping is really the parents because that's their kid, right? It's literally like if someone stabbed you and then they ended up in jail and they're begging you to bail them out. Yeah, that's not how it works. You did something, so you have to suffer the consequences. That's the only way you'll learn. It's just terrible to have your sibling betray you, honestly. Like, you don't ever think that's going to happen because you guys are family. You don't ever think family is ever going to do anything so terrible to you. That's why it hurts so much. That's why she's over it. The sister is 18. She knew what she was doing when she was sleeping with her sister's boyfriend. Okay? She knew what she was doing. It was only after she got pregnant that was when she realized she effed up. If she hadn't gotten pregnant, she wouldn't have cared because she made the choice to sleep with him. Oof. But honestly, if anything, the parents should be the one helping. Or the aunt, right? What's the aunt doing? All she's doing is just running her mouth around, yapping. You help, right? You help. That's your niece. Help her. Am I wrong for telling my sister that I won't be after school care for her 5-year-old daughter? I work for my father's company as an accountant. My sister works for the city we live in, and my brother-in-law also works for my dad, but in a different capacity and position in the field. For context, my dad is a licensed electrician, and he's built and maintained a successful business for over 30 years. School started in our county 2 weeks ago. Last week, my brother-in-law shows up at my office and drops off my niece. He asked if I could watch her for the afternoon, and I said of course. Then he proceeded to drop her off every day after that at the same time. On Friday, I was asked if it was okay if I watched her for the rest of the school year. Rest of the school year? What are the parents doing? Why are you going to have kids if you're not going to spend time with your kid? What the heck? Yo! Okay. Passing off the responsibility to someone who probably didn't even want to have kids in the first place. Okay. I don't particularly want to watch my niece every single weekday. I don't like that it was assumed I would do so. I don't mind helping, but I'm at work during this time, and I don't like that I'm juggling two things at once. My dad is okay with me keeping her and is pretty much staying out of this arrangement. After school care is offered in our district for $25 per week. That's not bad. That's pretty good. What? When I said no, I don't want to be the primary care for her after school, my brother-in-law reacted strongly and told my dad that he'd need afternoons off because I said I would not watch her. Part of me feels like I just need to suck it up and watch her because you do for family. The other part of me wants to stick to my guns and keep saying no. I don't think she's wrong for voicing her opinion because that's right, she has a life too, right? The parents were the ones who made the decision to have a kid. And then they're just going to pass it off to somebody else who decided not to have kids. Maybe just be like, not every day, but like, you know, a couple days a week is fine because it seems like she'd be down to do that. And $25 per week is nothing. If that's a problem for the parents that they don't want to pay $25 per week, I'm pretty sure this person will be willing to pay. So yeah, it is good to set boundaries to be like, I can't do this every single day. Maybe a couple days a week. But I just know if that was me in that position, I'll be such a softie. Honestly, I probably would want to spend time with my niece. And I would probably want to play with her every single day. But you know, I would also like the option to say no and be like, I'm busy this day. Am I wrong for wanting husband's family to apologize for thinking baby isn't his? Oh, so they were sus. That's mean. So just for some context, me and my husband of soon to be 2 years are pregnant with 2 twin boys. We found out around May and have been super excited and overwhelmed with joy as we are trying. We came to visit our hometown recently to celebrate with family and see everyone before the babies arrive. While engaging in conversation with my sister-in-law, she pulls me aside more privately and says, I really must ask, the whole family have been wondering, are the babies his? Why would you just say that? That's so out of nowhere to be like, are you sure the babies are his? That's so rude. Now this came as a huge shock because at this point we had been home for long enough to make our rounds and had seen everyone and nobody had asked, addressed or questioned, although I did feel a general sense of tension. And it's the fact that everybody in the family thinks this. What? Now, me and my husband had a small period briefly after a year of marriage that was a little rough, but nothing involving infidelity, separation, or mentions of the D word. Upon further confusion, my sister-in-law explained that the family had assumed I stepped out on the marriage and was seeing other men both romantically and sexually. This absolutely baffled me. Honestly, I was pissed. I felt like these people had an idea of me that was so far out of touch, and to even question the parental status of my husband, I was sad and angry and immediately walked away and told my husband I would be heading back to my family's house. Now, this is where things get tricky. My husband feels like I shouldn't blindly believe one person. While reasonable, I had him ask his mum about the allegation, and she admits that she did start the rumor and says that she truly believed it to be true, but that later she dismissed it because according to her math, the timeline adds up. This was not at all a satisfying answer and was no way an apology to me, I felt. My husband thinks I should accept that at face value and resume as normal with the family as a whole, and I am in no mood. We both slept separately as a result, and now I'm left wondering if I'm making this bigger than it is. I'll be pissed. Oh my god, the hormones will get to me, honestly. If I were to be carrying twins, and then his whole family is like, you slept with other men, didn't you? That's not his baby. Because that's just the kind of person you are, kind of thing. That's how they viewed her? That's messed up. I'll be so upset if that was how I was viewed by my partner's family. Oh my goodness. What? To be carrying twins too. Like she probably has back pains, swelling, everything, and then his family's gonna suspect that it's not his kid when you're literally carrying 2 of his kids. That's messed up. And it's the fact that they didn't even apologize. They weren't even like, oh, sorry. No, the timeline adds up. What kind of an apology is that? Also ruined her reputation too, right? Because the whole family thinks that of her. Those are probably not his kids. No, is it her kids? Yeah. No, she's the type of person to do that. And the husband isn't even helping. Why is he just like, you should just accept it. That's just how my mum is. You should just, leave it. He could have been on her side too. He could have been like, no, I understand how you feel. That's very terrible of them to think like that. I would talk to them. No, he was like, poof, you're overreacting. Oh my goodness. Why? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.